Hi, in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how you can use a trim function to reduce the length of a data field so that it fits in the maximum permitted length within QuickBooks. So, for example, you might have an invoice reference number field in your import file that is greater than 11 characters. Now, QuickBooks limits the reference number field to 11 characters. If we try to import that, then we would get some errors coming back from QuickBooks to say the field was too long. So when setting up a trim function, you can use this syntax to create the expression for the function. So we specify the name of the column that we want to trim the data for, and we specify how many characters to either the left or the right of the field that we want to trim. Once that has been saved, then that function can be used along with the map the next time you want to import into QuickBooks. So let's take a look at how you set that up within Zed Axis. So I've opened Zed Axis and connected to my QuickBooks desktop file, and I'm going to browse to the file that contains the data that I want to import into QuickBooks. And you'll see here the data that we're going to import. Now this reference number field is the field that is too long for QuickBooks. It exceeds the 11 character limit. So that's the one we're going to need to truncate or trim down. So let's add a new mapping. I'll select the invoice type for the import, and now start to map those fields so that we know that the customer name is going to go there. And the reference number, this is the one that we're going to need to truncate down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select add new function in this column here. Select the type of function as a left and right function. We'll give it a name. And now here we're going to actually need to put in the expression that is going to tell Zed Axis how we want to trim that data. So we're going to decide we want to trim from the right hand side of the field. So we type in the word right. Then we open brackets. We open speech marks, and then we put in the name of the field that we're going to truncate. So that column header is going to be ref number. Close the speech marks. We put in a comma. And then the next part is we're going to say how many characters we're going to trim from the right. So we're going to select 10 and then close the brackets. Now tab across and you'll see here a preview of that truncation. So we know that that number is going to be the first row in our data file, so that's the one we're going to bring down. Click OK. And we can continue mapping the fields. We can give the mapping a name and save it. So once that mapping is saved, that can be reused the next time we want to import, and that function to trim or to truncate that field will also be saved along with it. So you'll now see in the preview that the invoice reference number has been trimmed down to 11 characters. And when we're ready, we can just go ahead and import that in. So now all the invoices have been successfully imported. You can click on View, and you can see in here in QuickBooks, here's the truncated invoice reference number, and we got no error message saying that the field was too long for QuickBooks. Very simply, how you can use the trim function to truncate from the left or the right the length of a field so that it can fit within the parameters within QuickBooks.